I Need More, Part 1. Hola, me llamo. Hola, me llamo Elena. This is my story about how I lost my virginity to the sexiest man alive. I won't say his name, but you can take a wild guess. But before I get into that, let me tell you a bit about myself. I'm an 18-year-old Hispanic from Los Angeles. Long curly hair, big brown eyes that complement these thick thighs. Juicy lips, perfect for, well, we'll come back to that. See what I did there? Anyway, I just graduated from one of the best schools in Los Angeles, California Academy of Mathematics and Science. Maybe that's why I give the best head. Sorry, I can't help myself. Every time I think about his fat, long, hard, juicy, veiny, throbbing dick, my mouth just waters and salivates to the point I can still taste him till this very day. See, good dick is dangerous. Good dick will have you in a trance. So I've heard, up until this point, but I never thought I'd experience that for myself. See, my homegirl has been fucking since she was 14, so believe me when I say, I've heard some things. I was never in a rush to have sex and always made sure I focused on my studies. Abuela always said, no te olvides de estudiar. She was very strict when it came to making sure I have an education to back up my looks, and I always wanted to make her proud. Let's just say I'm an overachiever at everything I do. Anyway, I remember seeing his beautiful caramel skin on the screen and thinking, damn, he's fine. Even though I wasn't having sex, I've been rubbing my pussy since I was 13, which I thought was way too early. I mean, after all, my homegirl was taking multiple dicks by this time, so I guess that turned out alright. Anywho, there was something about him that always made me start dripping immediately every time I saw him. I was late for school once because I just couldn't stop staring at the pause screen and imagining he was deep dicking this tight, wet, young, bald pussy. I would moan at the top of my lungs while I vigorously jammed multiple fingers knuckles deep inside my cunt, hoping that one day it would be him. This was the start of my obsession. Part 2. Who the fuck is she? Enero 28, 2018. It was finally here. The day I fantasized about since I was 13. Estoy de emocionada. I worked my ass off in mi tia Maria's salon and saved every penny. I also spent every penny on my trip to New York because it was vital that I attend the 60th Annual Grammy Awards to see the one and only man I've only ever dreamed of giving this pussy to. See, that dream was about to become reality. Although we've never met, deep down, like way deep down, I felt this connection to him as if this pussy was already in his possession. He owned me. I stayed up all night watching BBC porn and trying to learn the perfect moves to make Big Daddy really appreciate this pussy that had never been touched by anyone besides myself. This was going to be my first time, and I couldn't show up on game day and just ride the dick like some inexperienced rookie. I refused. When I was done orgasming, I took the time to put on my new $400 dress. It was the perfect piece to make sure that in the midst of all the chaos and commotion of these A-list celebrities, wannabes, and basic bitches that I stood out. It was quite easy, actually. Black, lace, short, and slightly see-through. But the most important thing was that it would be easy to rip off. No panties, of course, and my curves would take care of the rest. A touch of makeup, a few clip-in extensions, and a splash of Chanel No. 5 between my thighs. I was ready for everything this night had to offer. I waited anxiously yet patiently for my Uber Black to arrive. A bitch this pretty must arrive in style. To be honest, I don't remember the drive to the garden, let alone the driver's name. I was too busy musing. I'm pretty sure the driver had to steam clean his seats because I was dripping and creaming the entire time. I silently rubbed my clit all the way there, letting out slight moans periodically. I could tell he knew exactly what I was doing by the way he watched me through the rearview mirror while biting his bottom lip. I could see his dick growing through his slacks, and if I'm honest, he was blessed. However, that's not the big black dick I flew first class across the country for. I needed Daddy's $1 million dick. Finally, we arrive and the driver opens my door. I step out with still a little of my juice slowly running down my thigh, leaving a little behind for him to clean up. But I could tell by the way he smirked, he didn't mind. I flashed my VIP backstage pass and struck through all the basic bitches I previously mentioned. I could see the jealous and envy radiating from their cheap wigs and lopsided lashes. Oops, sorry bitches. I was laser focused, eagle-eyed, and Daddy's dick was my prey. I turned the corner and there he was, standing in front of me, 6'1" in caramel, dressed like royalty in his dark-hued ensemble, complete with the midnight blue silk jacket and shimmering black studded lapel. He was so close, but yet so damn far. Oh, Dios mío. I had to find a way around this velvet rope. Okay, maybe I didn't think this shit completely through. Fuck! Everybody turns at me and stares. Damn, did I say that out loud? I look up and he's staring right at me, intrigued yet confused. He gives a soft smile and a wave, and at that moment I knew I had his attention. Butterflies in my stomach, I slowly start to proceed towards him. I couldn't believe it. I was that much closer to the dick of my dreams. All of a sudden, this tall, pretty heifer grabs his hand, and they start taking pictures. Who the fuck was this hoe, and why the fuck was she on my man? I immediately filled with rage and knew that I had to do whatever it took to make sure that even though he came with her, he'd be shooting sweet, hot, creamy cum all over me. It was showtime. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 60th Annual Grammy Awards.